George.
Good evening, Treb. How are you, my friend?
I am doing very well, and how are you doing this evening, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Yes, and Rochelle, how are you doing this evening? Yes. Now that we are back on the track of things to do, I know that you have many ideas and questions for other entities. So if you wish to ask them, whenever you are ready, we may begin.
Okay, thank you, Treb.
Yes.
The first question was from Paul. His question is, what is the nature of awareness?
The true nature of awareness is a non-physical to physical interaction, giving the non-physical deeply into the perception of the physical, and within this, the focus of the human brain on the direct consciousness connection from non-physical to physical is a true idea of what awareness is. But awareness has very different meanings for different entities. This may be a specific idea of connecting from a visual aspect. It might be very different in the way that people are perceiving. Then perceptionary skills are what some consider to be awareness, but the true idea of awareness in a more galactic setting is the approach of perception of the non-physical to the physical. Through the brain, the physical computer of this, being able to put through this and to register in the perceptionary. This is a more defined idea of what awareness truly is.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Treb.
Yes!
Oh, the next question comes from Noah. And Noah asks, Treb, you mentioned that when you hate someone so much, it is hating an aspect of yourself. What about when you are fond of someone? Would it be an aspect of yourself too? How could I heal that hatred part of me? Because I hate some celebrity out of the blue whenever she comes on TV, and I come out of my norm. So please help me in this regard. Thank you.
Yes, Noah, this is very easy to see the aspects of all relationships, the way that you perceive all relationships, the way that you encounter specific energetic portions with all exchanges from relationships come truly from within. So if you are loving another entity and this fondness that you feel for them is very high, it is because they are resonating with you. The very specific portions of their consciousness that feel similar to you is very resonating. And this is where great friendship and great love for a humankind comes from. The amount and ability to love another entity energetically comes from a true, complete resonance. It is feeling as in all of the aspects that you have that are good within you are within another entity. And this is why it resonates. But for this negativity that you are feeling through the hatred or through this disconnection that you are feeling when you are seeing this celebrity on the television, every time that this entity occurs, it is not only a perception of what this entity is to you, there is also the symbolisms of what the celebrity stands for. There is also an energetic exchange. Even though you are seeing them on the television, there is always energetic exchanges with other entities. You are picking up something in the field of her vibration that does not resonate with you within your own self. So to be able to see this and to be able to hear this, you must have a great awareness of the thought processes that are taking place in your mind when you connect to this negativity and you see this entity. For example, if you are seeing her and saying that you are hating the way that she is physically appearing, that you are also hating the way that she speaks, that you are also hating the ideals that she speaks of, then in fact, this is something within your own self that you are judging. The physical appearance of your own self can be looked at in varying degrees of objectivity and varying degrees of slighthood. You are seeing yourself as either too great, where you are becoming more than loving for yourself, but believing you to be better than other entities, or you are not seeing a full worth within you. Either way of this, there is an imbalance. When you are looking at the specific tone of voice, It is a specific vibrational resonance with you that does not resonate within your own self, something that connects with a specific mindset or emotion or belief system. And when you are seeing the things that are being spoke of, it is things that do not resonate with you in full, but it is also a slighthood of your own self, a objectivity within you that cannot see the equality for all entities' beliefs. So you must look into this very deeply. You must be able to understand that because another entity's opinion is different than yours, or that it does not match what you do, it is still a valid and acceptable experience. Because you have judged this entity, you are judging yourself. And because you have labeled the idea of what she believes to be wrong, then you are actually labeling the ideals of all being wrong within your own self. This is a very self-oriented aspect, hating one another. This is very much to do with your own self and not the other.
Wonderful. Thank you, Treb.
Yes.
The next question comes from Lightworker Energy. And his question is, for the Lightworkers and those beings that came from a higher reality as this planet ascends, what happens to them? Do they go back to the reality they came from, or do they go to a higher one? His question also expands to, he wonders, did I come here just for this, in this reality?
Within the first specific aspect of this question, all of the ones that are known to be light workers are truly here for a full incarnation experience. They are here from the time that they are born into the physical body has died. Most of them will live to be a very great age if they are connected to what they truly are, which is a incarnation of a higher density being. But many of them will understand that they have entered this from a fourth density into a third density, and now is moving back into a fourth density. So if you see a density jumping as a change, then no, there will not be any change specifically. They will only reincarnate into an area that is along their own specific incarnation cycle. They have jumped into the human incarnation cycle, so let us say they are Arcturian by nature, then they will be rejoining the Arcturian experience, the incarnation of the Arcturian, of a fourth density nature. So they will remain within the fourth density, but they will be at the very end of their cycle at this. They will not be at the beginning, at the transformation stage, such as you are. Within your own personal energy and experience, I am not able to connect to this aspect, even though I have connected to you many times, even though I have shared your energy, even though we have connected verbally, energetically, several dozen times without speaking. Without the permission and will to connect you at this time, it would be against the beliefs of me to connect your energy, as there is no very specific intent to do so at this moment.
Okay, thank you, Treb.
Yes, you're very welcome.
The next question comes from Connor, and he says that he had smoked marijuana for 10 years, and it's a problem like he'd like to stop, but he thinks that it's helped him as far as being open to channeling and teaching. What is your opinion on drugs in general, spirituality, and basic living on Earth?
The drug idea is a very wide definition. If you are looking at drugs, you are literally looking at all things that change the chemistry of your body, including very small things, or as you would see to be small, as sugar and caffeine and nicotine, all the way to the very greatest and hardcores of the heroines and the methamphetamines. All of these are drugs that are used to alter the mood, and all of them are only a permission slip as well. When you are experiencing this chemical change, you have agreed with the collective consciousness that these would inhibit specific attributes of yourself and enhance the other attributes of you. To use this on a regular basis, to become dependent on this vibration, this is acceptable if this is what you wish to do. Many people find great growth within addiction. Not so much in the act of addiction, but the act of coming out of this addiction. So this is not truly a detriment if you wish to experience this, but if you wish to grow in a spiritual nature, These drugs, the vibration of drugs, are very low and will keep you as farly disconnected from your higher self, from what you truly are, as anything will upon your planet. So the idea is that the drugs that ones are considered to be hallucinogenic in nature, such as the low drugs as the marijuana and mushrooms, to the DMT, many people are using this as an experience to the outer realms, to the higher densities and dimensional states, as the pineal gland is one gateway to this experience. But what I wish for humans to understand of these specific drugs, if they are not being abused, if they are using to gain a great mental, spiritual experience, this is very acceptable as well. The idea is that even if you are not using these drugs, even if you do not partake in the inebriates that you are using, you are still able to experience all of these feelings within your true existence. If you take a drug and it makes you feel a specific way, this specific way that you are feeling could not be there unless it was within yourself. So all drugs are only a true permission slip to gain access to the vibration in which you are already capable of connecting to. It is what you would call a very shortcut to this. If you use meditative states, if you choose to live in a pattern of growing through meditative states, it might take several years to achieve this, but all of these states are truly reachable without any of these. This is a choice that you must weigh, because as you are taking these with the collective consciousness, it is affecting your physical bodies in some way, shapes, or forms, but also understanding that you know your own consciousness better than anyone, and if the addiction is not an issue with you, if you feel that this experience will be useful, then it will be.
Oh, thank you, Treb.
Yes.
The next question comes from Ben. He was wondering, the mythologies of ancient Greece and Egypt, as well as others, feature both deities and terrestrial creatures, which appear part human and part beast. Were these creations of the imaginations of ancient people, or did some of these beings physically exist?
Some of these deities were of the imagination state, ones who would use these inebriates or entheogens to connect to higher density states. So they are seeing representations or symbolisms of entities who appear to be half man and half beast. Some were stories that were being sent through generation after generation. But the majority of these entities who have specific written knowledge of connecting to human beings very well did. As you will experience these specific blue-skinned and purple-haired entities that were very short in height, approximately in the 3 to 3.5 foot region, these entities exchange much with the humans. This is one whom I am connected to very greatly, who is called Aridif, and his people and race connected to the early humans.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, thank you, Treb.
Yes.
Let's see. The next question is, let's see. The question. I have a question. They're wondering, Treb, are you a carnivore or a more of a plant food?
Within our race, at very first, in the beginning of the third density, we were using the carnivorous ways. We were still adapting from a second density animal into the third density being. After this, in the midway of this, we understood the nature of eating the meat. We understood that the plants are better fit for the physical body, so we began to use the plants, and we carried this vibration until the middle of the fourth density, and to the end of this we began to use less and less physical food and more energetic portions of the physical self. We were able to recycle the energy within us and not waste it, so we began to eat less and less. And then in the fifth density exchange, from the fourth to fifth, we were finding out how great our manifestation capabilities have become. We are able to manifest things more instantly. And at this point of our existence, As for the last several thousand years that we have existed, we are able to manifest things very quickly, instantly to what it would appear to your eyes. So there is no need for a physical intake of food at this time. We are truly taking energy of love and connection within us, what we are made of, and we are manifesting this with great intent into an area of nourishment for the physical body. And this manifestation, in the intent that we use, is looking very much like a soup of yours, perhaps one that is made of metal, very thick liquid soup, metallic in gold and silver colors, and we ingest this into ourselves once per day within our own existence. And doing this, it physically enables us to live with the energetic proportions of us being able to transfer equally through the body, so no food is no longer needed.
Okay, thank you, Treb.
Yes.
The second part of Jesmond's question is, you are part reptilian, reptilian hybrid. What is the other part of the hybrid from? Is it come from a different species?
The specific reptilian entity that we are of a second density nature is that is very close to the Komodo dragons that you have on Earth, but they are much larger and their arms are not below them. They are way out to the side, unlike the Komodo dragons that are slightly out to the side. So within this entity, it was connected to a humanoid entity that I have given the name to humans called the Nihal. And this Nihal race is from an area, the star that you call Nihal, and this is why it is represented as so. And these entities connected and genetically connected their own DNA to the entity of the second density nature, and this is where our physical existence began as a third density entity. This is the true nature of the hybrid. The Nihal race is very human. They look to be exactly as your humans, but they are very short in nature. They are less than 3 foot tall. They are very, very short and very highly psychic in nature. And for those who do not know the specific nature of the Nihal and their history, they are a probable descendant of the human race.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, thank you, Treb.
Yes!
This next question is from Sequoia, and the question is, what are some insightful ways to use simple three-dimensional shapes as visualizations to improve music with? For example, a sphere could be visualization for the musical octave, and a 4-point tetrahedron placed perfectly within the sphere could further represent 4 notes equally spaced around an octave.
Yes, this is a very great way to do this, but within the simple aspects of water from Earth, you are able to play complete and utter sound frequencies within them, and they will all appear as separate geometric shapes. The physical output of this is very easy to do if you are playing the direct note, but these notes cannot be ones that are in between. They must be a pure note, that of a C or a C flat or a C sharp, and each one of these make a different representation. I am not aware of the physical shapes that they make in water from Earth, as they are different in every liquid medium, and I have not experienced Earth in this physical way yet, but there are many different shapes that you can use. You are able to use, such as you have suggested, the equal representation of space between within this circle, and be able to experience all sorts of varieties of music and shapes within them.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
That's great, Treb. Okay, let's see what the let's see if we have another question here. Treb, can you talk a little bit about the past lives and how one could positively grow from both the positive and negative aspects of those past lives or concurrent lives?
The idea of growing or learning from past lives, this is done in a slightly different way than most humans understand. They are looking at the idea of linear time, one life existing and ending. Then in the middle of this, there is growth within the soul, or this portion of the aspect of the soul going to reincarnate, and then the same happening over and over. But this is not truly the nature of the way that this works. The idea is that all lives are simply going on at this time, and all experiences in what you appear to be afterlife, or what you experience to be afterlife, will still help grow this portion of the soul. But truly in the nature of the way that past lives and future lives affect you is that they are only connected to you by your vibrational standing now. If you are having a link to a previous incarnation, one that is of 1,000 years from this time before you, and it is that of a negative experience, the only way that you are linked to this is because you are sharing common vibration and frequencies that connect you from one area to the next. If you are looking at the aspects of what is wrong with this, you will be able to look back, if you wish, in meditation, and there can be many things that will be learned from this, but this is truly due to your own perception. Many people look at these past lives and see, this is why this is happening to me at this time, but this is not true. The idea is that what is happening to you now affects what past life you connect to. So it is a balance of staying centered within, looking in your own vibration, living to the greatest amount of you that is, and then within this idea, connecting back to the previous incarnations to give this, to lend them more support and more connection.
I see. So, Treb, to expand on that question, depending on our vibration in this current reality, do we feed from those? Depending on if we're positive or negative feeling, do we also have bleed through to those positive and negative aspects of the concurrent lives?
Yes, this is a very common occurrence for humans. They tend to connect back to these previous incarnations. Let us express that perhaps one aspect of both of these existences are very strong within your existence, something that is not bad, it is positive and good. And one of this connection to this previous incarnation can be a negative situation and feed energy to you because you have connected so strongly with the overall vibration. This can happen and can cause mood to swing and vibrations to change slightly, but once you realize that this does not belong to you, once you realize that this is only a bleed through from past life to now, all you must do within your own self is reflect this negative energy and disconnect from this previous incarnation, or at least look at it in an aspect of knowing what it is and knowing that it is not directly you, it is only a separate version of you, and this will help lend a actual physical cutting off of this negative energy.
Oh, I see. So let's say if someone is experiencing, let's say somebody is just having a regular day, and they'd like to experience a positive aspect of a concurrent life or another parallel reality. How would they go about that?
This greatly depends on the overall vibration. If they wish to tap into this physical existence, that is what you would say to be a past or future existence, a probable experience, then you must use a meditative state, or at least most entities use, or at least focusing in on the aspects of your other selves. Using the imagination is a very great way, believing that you are experiencing a separate life in your mind, or at least that you are watching and perceiving this separate life and seeing the good things. This can actually help lend a decent connection to a probable past or probable future experience that does exist within your oversoul. All of the imaginations that you have are connected to one portion or another of your own oversoul, depending on the way that you perceive this. So if you are doing this, this can be helpful, but also understanding that the true happiness and sadness does not come from these existences, only from within you. So if you are making this change here, this will be the most prevalent and most profound shift of energy that you are able to experience.
Oh, interesting. So it's really just focusing in on being able to do that could actually open up the doorways to expansion in that field.
Yes, this is very true. Focusing on the aspects of your other portions, if you are not able to do this in a meditative state, just to focus your intent to connect to positive energy from these other experiences. Yes, all of this is able to connect as you are truly one small portion of literally hundreds of millions of separate portions. Not so many of those are what you would say to be human level. They tend to be more second and first density entities, but a positive experience is a positive experience. And even within the third density or fourth density experiences, there are still several hundred to choose from.
I see. Wow, that's wonderful, Treb.
Yes!
Okay, thank you. Yes, the next question comes from John. His question is, he was born with a general anxiety, so he's always looked at the world through the eyes of fear. In the new vibration, will he find peace and not need medication?
The idea of new vibration, I am not sure if this is intended to the aspect of the shift and change in the overall perspective.
Yes, the ascension, yes.
Yes, then this idea will be that he will have the energy to choose to do this if he wishes. Some entities come into this area with either a physical, mental, what humans say to be disabilities, but these are not truly disabilities. These are portions of things to be set up in front of you, adversities, if you will, to overcome, experiences that the soul requires. So there is nothing truly wrong with this entity. He is experiencing his own experience to the very greatest of his ability. The idea is to not worry of the idea of what is wrong with his entity or what medicines that he is on, but it is to get him to experience the very most great excitement within his own existence. This idea will help him, put him on the greatest track to the greatest happiness and the greatest possible or probable outcome available.
I see. So to expand on that, Treb, if really, what is the purpose of really all illness or ailments as humans perceive them to be?
If you are born with an ailment, this is what you would say to be a contract into your existence. You are choosing to have this from the birth time. But if it is growing within the age of you, if you are coming into ideas of cancers or colds or viruses, all of these are truly imbalances within the physical energy. One entity who another earth entity has channeled has said this is a true dis-ease of the soul. That the word dis-ease is an actual dis-ease within the soul, and this is the very most correct way to express this idea. It is an imbalance within your own soul. The emotions that you feel from the off-balance center is physically manifesting itself outwardly. So all ailments, illnesses that you are not physically starting your physical existence with, or that does not start as a young child, are truly imbalances of energy manifesting itself outwardly. To heal all illnesses, even the very greatest ones, the ones that most entities fear, the greatest, that of cancer or the HIVs, any of these very strong and large diseases can be beaten within a refocusing of the consciousness.
Wow, that's wonderful, Treb.
Yes!
Are there certain aspects that one needs to start to be able to treat themselves? Is there a point of a starting point where you would advise people to start to heal themselves?
Yes, the idea of whatever permission slips that you have available is a very great first area to start with. If you believe that meditation will help you physically heal, to use this. If you believe that prayer will help you physically help you, then use this. If you believe dietary supplements will help this. Do not lose the faith that you are going to die. Do not believe that you are going to be sicker. Do not focus on any worsening of your condition. Even if you are told by the doctors and by other entities that you will become more sick and more sick, focusing your energy upon this will manifest more sickness. So the idea is to keep a very good idea. And first of all, the very greatest technique known to humanity is to close your eyes to pray as you might if you are a Christian by nature or if you believe this works. But if you believe meditation will work, to use a physical visualization of your own physical body or the one who is sick next to you to physically be well, to see this entity as healed and healthy and completely normal in your eyes. This works most greatly for your own self, but does work if the co-creation is allowed with another entity. But to look within your own self and picture yourself in a healthy way, a great and excited and non-sick way, this will help physically start to heal you. Nothing will ever be completely healed unless you fix the imbalances within your areas of chakras. So if you are finding it very difficult to love entities, then you must start to work on your heart chakra by loving and connecting out to entities, by being able to love more unconditionally. If it is your stomach that is ill, the second chakra, the sexual energy, to begin to focus upon this, to be more comfortable with your sexuality, to be more comfortable with the sexual essence of your own energy. There is many aspects that must be healed within one human that is sick, but this is a very individual case. You must see what your imbalances are and work upon these imbalances.
I see. So Treb, if we remove the permission slip aspect, how does an entity heal themselves just by intent alone?
The intent to heal yourself, to rebalance yourself, just using the intent and a mindset. I will not be sick, I will be healed, I am better as we are speaking. To use this mindset as the constant thought throughout the day is what focuses your reality most directly, to act upon the excitements of being well and being physically better, and to fix the imbalances within the chakras as we have spoken previously. But all entities have a permission slip of one sort or another. There is not one entity on Earth who does not have a permission slip. So using these permission slips is the greatest tool, besides the fact of keeping your mind in a constant positivity of the sickness and realigning the chakra areas where your imbalances are.
Oh, I see. So because of the collective consciousness, Treb, is that why we would say it'd be easier to actually use the permission slip to get us moving in that direction?
This is not exactly the idea that I'm trying to express. The idea is that every individual has belief systems of their own, and whatever is the strongest belief that they are able to express is truly only a permission slip. Because this belief exists, because you are in a physical existence with a collective consciousness, that any idea besides willing yourself to be physically better is truly a permission slip. So using any aspect of your highest belief, your greatest permission slip, if you will, this will be to your benefit because it is within your higher probability of your belief systems.
I see. Okay, thank you, Treb.
Yes.
The last question I have for you today is, could you explain the connection between the dolphins and whales that live in the sea and the connection to us as humans?
Yes, these entities that are within your ocean, that are known to be dolphins and whales, are both hybrid animals. to entities who had placed their DNA within these animals, such as humans. And this was one of the experiments of the labor workers of the Anunnaki, such as the humans were. The idea that there's needs to have physical work done within the ocean dwelling areas, and that these entities are the two greatest in strength for the whales and agility for these dolphins, being DNA manipulated in them. This is the greatest way, the connection to humans. And the specific Anunnaki did not mutate them directly with their DNA. They are using separate DNA mixed with their DNA. So they, just like humans, are multi-mixtures of DNA. And this relates them to humans as well.
I see. So do the dolphins and whales both have that vibrational template to carry this information, even from the past civilizations like Lemuria and Atlantis?
They are able to tap in to higher degrees of energy and information than what you would see to be all second density animals, but they are still not on the exact level of consciousness that a human is, but their what you would say to be emotional range is much greater and more balanced and even, so they are truly able to experience much more things than humans in this way. But with the idea of transmitting specific information from the collective grid, this is not done as easily for these entities because of the type of entity that they are comparatively to the human. The DNA that is used in human is what you would say to be very universal. It has several strains from some of the greatest DNAs within the galaxy, while the dolphin and whales are not as receptive in specific ways, but more receptive than others. It is only attributes of the entities from which DNA it was connected.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for explaining that.
Yes, you are very welcome.
Yes, Treb, I think that'll conclude our time for today.
Yes.
And if you have any other questions for us, or can leave us with another great quote of wisdom, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yes, I wish to leave you all with one last aspect that I wish to share. There's a great amount of humans becoming very excited about the aspects of connecting to entities outside of your physical planet at this time. A very great buzz, if you will, about contact. There is also very many attributes known of connecting outward to entities, which one entity has labeled a C, E5, I believe, to connect directly out. Exploring this aspect, if it excites you, will bring humanity closer to the collective consciousness that it wishes to have and experience. If you truly are excited of these aspects to connect with other entities, place yourself directly in this excitement. If more entities do this, and more the entities are able to experience this excitement along with connecting out to other entities about this excitement, the more the collective consciousness will raise towards this inevitable connection. So if you are excited, if you are willing to experience this, there are many attributes and many aspects of this that you are able to look into as information becomes more available. So if this is what brings a smile to your face, perhaps diving head in from the diving board, or the top board, if you will be of your greatest use, will be of your greatest journey, will be of the greatest experience that you choose to have. And with this being said, I will leave all of you this evening in love and in light, and we will all experience each other again very soon.
Thank you, Treb. Love and light to you.
Thank you as well, my good friend, and it is a pleasure to see you again, and love and light to you as well, and I will bid you good evening.
Good night.
Good night.